I think I know CJ's playing at some point in Samsung.
CJ
And
Samsung. I think Prime
Janair.
plays.
No, Prime played last night. They got
Ah,
wrecked by Incredible Miracle.
ugh, that bad. I wanna like Prime. I wanna like Prime, but they lose too much. They're like the Washington Nationals of the StarCraft scene. That's not true. Actually no, that's not accurate. They're like the Toronto Blue Jays of the StarCraft scene. Atlas can relate to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, down here in the bottom left of Frost, the Cyan Terran, she is MyDarling. And up here in the top right, the blue Protoss, he is Hooligan.
The winner of the Lucian Award for this season.
The winner of the Lucian Award, that's right. We didn't give away a Lucian Award last season, I don't think.
No, I don't think we did.
We should get like a fancy plaque or some kind of certificate like they do on tabletop. Actually, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. The Geek and Sunday released the tabletop certificate template, so I'm gonna print out a certificate and cross out the thing and say Lucian Award. That's what I'm gonna do. Mark my
Tis
words.
honorable.
Tis honorable. It looks like we're gonna gas first here before
Ooh.
any kind of barracks, which means that Darling's gonna go into her heavy Reaper play that she does like so much.
I was guessing that it was a possibility of Banshees. I don't know. That's just what I thought.
Well, Banshees are definitely on the table. The problem is the way Darling plays. She's a very Reaper heavy player, as we've seen in the past, mostly in TVT. She's switched around her TVP so much, so I'm not exactly certain what we're gonna see. Quite frankly, I mean, for all we know, we could see a Nidus Swarm pop out at some point here. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can see a Nidus Swarm pop out at some point here, but still, you get the idea. Hooligan gets the gas, sees it was gas first. How will he react? On point so far. Seems like a standard gateway play. See if he goes right into the expand. I think he will. With just one gas. You can never quite tell. I'm always cautious to say he's going for this. Or she's going for this, because I know I'm going to be proven wrong. It's like proof. And I think we're right. No, actually, I think you were right, yeah. She is going to go into, I think, Hellions and some Banshees. Or definitely at least the Banshees. I'm less certain about the Hellions.
Could just be an all-in.
I think we could see a 1-1-1. I think we will
Actually,
see it.
she hasn't even scouted yet.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a 1-1-1 timing here.
Yeah, it's definitely a 1-1-1. Has to be.
Well, okay, here's the thing. With the 1-1-1, you make tanks, not Hellions. Hellion? Blue Flame Hellion all in? No. No.
Could just be a Hellion drop.
Yeah, I think it's just a Hellion drop. Hellion drop fairly strong. And it looks like Hooligan gonna go right for the Robo. SCV catches... I don't know if it caught the Robo. It did not. It caught a Gateway.
Oh, Hubs is going for like 3-gate all-in here.
Yeah.
Maybe with an Immortal?
Could be a War Prism. Could be a War Prism.
Yeah, could be.
Let's see. We have to see exactly what comes out of these gateways before we go, because there's no pylon on the other side of the map. And it looks like it's just gonna be a Hellion Widowmine Marine drop. And when I say drop, I mean elevator. And when I say elevator, I mean there is absolutely no elevating going on.
Yeah, there are mines coming behind this too. It's gonna be really nice.
This is clever. This.
Oh my god! Wait, one base Colossus? What the hell? Does Hooligan forget that he doesn't have an expansion?
No, I've actually seen something like this way, way, way back.
One base Colossus drop?
It,
Maybe?
yeah, it was, no, it was a, one base Colossi push. You get, I think, 2 Colossi and push at, like, the 9-minute mark. It was really strong back when Wings of Liberty was brand new. Way this time's out, though, I think he's only gonna have time for 1, if that. Meanwhile, the drop coming out here.
Mothership Core's way out of position.
Yeah. Hooligan finally getting expansion. Stalker not in the great position. The Sentry really can't force field from that. And well, he's gonna try anyway. He's gonna try anyway. Photon Overcharge goes down, and that's gonna save the day so far. Oh, Widowmine goes off on a Zealot. And you know, with the rest of this, I think Hooligan's gonna hold pretty well.
He should be able to hold.
Yeah, so far, he's actually in a pretty nice position.
One base Terran should lose to 2 base Protoss.
Well, he hasn't gotten the second base up yet. And there still are Widowmines. He does have an Observer, though. And is he going to get that Widowmine before it resets? He will. Oh, yes, he will! Very nice pick off. And the other Widowmine goes down. And Darling's in some trouble here. Darling is in some trouble, if you can believe it. I think, I don't know where he's going with that Robo Bay, but Hooligan definitely sticking on the Immortals right now. Meanwhile, Darling getting her own expansion at her natural. And
He needs to transfer probes from his natural. He still has workers rallied there.
Well, he's gonna lose a couple, but this army from Hooligan is big. If Darling overcommits, she could lose both medevacs and all these Marines. Move command, not the best move there. Photon Overcharge actually shoots a Marine, so medevacs get away. I gotta say, Hooligan playing this really well right now. Double reactor and tech lab, and going up to 5 racks now is Darling. No third command center, just getting the second one right now. That is currently orbitalizing. And a forge. I still don't know why he got this Robo Bay. I mean, was he thinking he would get the time?
He hasn't done anything with it at all. Like, no Colossus, no extended.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing.
Was he thinking he'd get the time that Darling would just, like, go for a third expansion real quick?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. 2 medevacs, only a Widowmine and a Marine in this. So, questionable how much damage that'll do. And all the upgrades for Darling on the way. +1 Stim, Combat Shield, Concussive Shell. A production bar lighting up right now. Finally, the first Colossi is popping out here. And Hooligan's pretty walled in and turtled up on 2 bases right now.
Yeah, give me a Widowmine drop though going into Hooligan's main.
Yeah, we'll have to see how many kills this gets. It's got to be all about the reaction time, and reaction time isn't perfect. Will the probes get pulled quickly? Widowmine burrows.
Oh, Widowmine. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be big.
No,
Nope,
it doesn't
mind.
go off. It goes off on that one
went off
probe.
on one.
That one probe coming back from gas. Where are all my buddies? And is that medevac gonna actually survive? No. Yes. No.
Yes.
So far, a pretty good deflection. Probes at the natural actually getting pulled as well, for some reason.
He had 2 drops.
Yeah, there
She had
was
2 drops going.
I only saw the one. That's how good Darling is. She can even keep the drops hidden from me. Another drop coming up over here to the mineral line. This isn't a Widowmine drop though. That's a full-on Marauder medevac drop. And we're just gonna see how well Hooligan can split his army up. Thermal Lance and Colossi on the way. Gonna have to pull the probes again. No reaction yet. Actually reacting to the first drop and now going back to try and react to the second one. Probes haven't been pulled in quite the right direction. Gonna lose a couple of those. And it's 30 to 39 right now. Total workers killed 19 off of these drops. It's a really sick amount of damage. But you know what? The Colossi count is starting to get up there. But you know, so is the Viking count. And there's still a good amount of medevacs on the field here. In TVP, saving those medevacs is just so very crucial. If you lose the medevacs during drops, you have to remake them. That's less Vikings you have. That's more Colossi can do to you. I wouldn't mind a couple more Zealots with this army, I gotta say. It's the one thing I don't like about Hooligan's army right now.
I must say, I'm surprised this match is actually getting on this long.
Yeah, I gotta say, Darling the heavy favorite to win this. But Hooligan has stood his ground, and that's saying something. He was even ahead for a good portion of time. Another drop coming up here towards the... Actually, a double drop coming up here towards the main. Is Darling going to send another one down south? She will not. Let's see what's going on here. Third Colossi working out. And you know what? Every Colossi is pretty big amount of damage. Viking count is starting to get a little more scary, though. 4 on the field. Gonna be 7 in a minute. But you know what? This bio army is really quite small. And there are immortals in this. If Darling can actually salvage some of these units here.
Oh, there goes the counterattack in the natural.
Yeah, this is bad. This is a little awkward. But you know what? These Colossi on the ridge have a pretty good angle. Gonna lose a gateway. And you know what? The Colossi doing some work. The Viking count isn't really that high yet. And Darling's army is gonna get pushed back. And actually, this could cause a counterattack here. Hooligan, he's got 2 Colossi, pretty heavily damaged, but compared to what Darling has, what does Darling have? Actually, a couple of Marauders, some Marines, not a lot in the medevac count, and actually gonna lose the last medevac she has. No, I'm sorry, she still has 2 more. Where are they? Where are those 2 medevacs? Oh, she's got them in production? No. Where are those medevacs? I think she was doing a Widowman drop, or trying to drop with one of them. Anyway. Hooligan's army is pretty big. I mean, he lost a gateway and a pylon and a cannon. And Darling lost pretty much her whole army. One thing I gotta say I don't like about Hooligan is he turtles just a little too much. I feel like if he would be the aggressor here, he would have been in a bit better position. Still, it's 2 base Protoss versus 3 base Terran. That's about right for normal. And it looks like Darling wants to push. 5 Vikings, not really a ton, but these Colossi are already significantly damaged. And the Vikings go out front. Pretty quick reaction time. Widowmine not quite in range yet, and the Colossi are still alive. One of them finally goes down, and the Widowmines are gone as well. The Colossi pulls back, but that's actually not going to work out. But there's so many Stalkers here. A couple extra Warpins. You know what? The Medevacs, though, and the Marauders doing enough here. I think Darling is going to push. Well, no, not quite yet. But the next push should put a nail in this coffin here. Hooligan opting for mostly Stalkers. He's got 1 Colossi back there, not doing anything right now. And now he's doing something. And he will actually kill off this army, but Colossi goes down, all the high value units going down. No charge on these Zealots here, and that's a bit problematic. Darling not even kiting really. I gotta tell you, Atlas, I really liked how Hooligan played in here, but there were just a couple of things I could nitpick on for a while. He mostly made Stalkers with this army. I feel like a couple of Zealots to buffer that would have been so much more helpful. Meanwhile, Darling going for a 4th, 5th, and 6th base. She's pretty sure she's got this in the in hand, and I don't disagree with her by any stretch of the imagination. 4 more stalkers getting warped in. Bit of a desperation flow right here. Final Viking does go down, but does it really matter? One Colossi trying to save the day against all these Marines, all these Marauders, kiting back, and actually a medevac full of units that can actually drop on top of that. 4 more gateways being made. It's not enough. Not in time. And with a little bit of a continued push down here. 3-3 is on the way, by the way, Atlas. That's how far along we are in this game. 3-3.
Well played.
Well played. Atlas, you want to handle this one?
Handle what?
I don't know. Looks like we're gonna get to see all the buildings get destroyed. The power of Terran. And Darling takes game number 1. Not surprising as the results, but surprised at how we got there, I gotta say, Atlas.